lane, you know, gone. That's it. TW do not want to deal with that champion anymore, even if it is Bamey playing in the lineup here. They're still running Mythy in the jungle, so no Voidless coming in for the sign of Aime, but the other bans coming through will be Nidalee, Lucian, and Siva being banned out by Aime here, whereas Team W, if they've taken away Rise, taken away Swain as well, and looking for their third and final ban in game number 2.
Yeah, 280 carries actually taken off the board here from Aime, and one of them they played themselves. I think Ezreal actually on the table as a potential first pick, all things considered. Rek'Sai still exists. Echo as well, there you go.
Kindred actually being taken away by Team WE here, so they do not want the first pick potential of that champion on blue side. As Echo, like you mentioned, locked in for the side of IM. Amazing J should be playing that champion up at the top lane, but we have seen it flexed here and there in the mid lane.
Yeah, the occasional flex, the assumed top lane champion. Echo also being banned from them in game number 1 by WE. Trundle also available, however. So they opt towards the Echo and potentially sacrifice that Trundle as an option.
Team WE lock in Bard and Graves in their first pick rotation. We're seeing this is a very common trend. Take your jungler and your support first pick red side, and normally if Bard's left open, that is going to be the support you pick up.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Bard's just too valuable, especially against IMA, because you don't want Road having that champion. He is a god on that champion.
Well, he proved it last game. That was fantastic.
He honestly proves it every game we see it. And it's like lane swaps, Road in lane swaps, Road on Bard in lane swaps, kind of just levels him up to an extra degree.
So there's something that these two teams know that we don't, because this is the second game in a row. Blue side, second pick rotation, they've hovered Annie in that spot. So
Amazing J also goes through Garen. You know, here and there, the champion that he's played competitively, and then went to forget what else it was, but he lost on it at Worlds. It was like, I must hover this. For no reason.
Well, we are going to see Rek'Sai and Braum being picked up here by Aime, so not showing too much of their hand just yet, matching the two picks that Team W picked up first time round. Which means they're left with an AD carry and possibly their mid laner to pick up. Team W immediately actually lock in Ezreal and Maokai as their pickups.
Yeah, that was the first question we asked. Given the AD carry bans on the side of Aime, they still look towards the Braum. Feels like they are confident in what Jin Zhao can play. We'll have to see what he actually goes towards, but the Ezreal on Mystic's actually quite a standout character. He is a phenomenal Ezreal.
You see a couple of fans in the crowd there, you know, supporting Mystic and Sierra there. Surprising, they're not in the lane together. Well, you should put 0 down there, guys. Right, use his support. We're still waiting to see what I may pick up as their final two picks here. We did mention it's going to most likely be an 80 carry and a mid laner. We've seen him hover through a couple of champions here. Azir and Victor, the S-tier control mages, are still left up and available. I could definitely pick one of those up.
Yeah, Team W actually changing all 3 bans from their first game, and Azir and Echo were 2 of them. So what they've done is they've pivoted. They've said that Swain's a big deal. Rise we have to ban because we're on red side now, and Kindred is valued very highly. And they give over 2 of the strong champions in the mid lane, I guess not the Azir.
They're going to pick up LeBlanc.
It
said
probably get picked for World Elite or WE on response now. There's just going to be an Azir.
Yeah, Ash actually being picked up as well. So I'm completely disregarding the strong picks of the Azir. Victor in the mid lane said just pivot on a LeBlanc instead. So Bamey has something to prove for Sierra in this matchup.
Yeah.
As now he has the choice of picking up either that Victor or Azir, and should be one of those 2 champions. I don't think we'd see any alteration in the mid lane for Sierra.
Well, look. We've seen Bamey's LeBlanc.
Looking.
We know it's disgustingly good.
It is.
So it's not a surprise that he'll go towards that. Of course, it does leave open the Azir Victor you mentioned. Zia has any option in the world that he would like now.
Let's see what the Team W decide to pick up here, because this is do or die for them at the moment. They're 1-0 down in this best-of-3 series, and you'd have to be a little bit demoralized after taking the game 55 minutes or so with Baron buff, Nell the Dragon, and still losing to Aime there. New kids on the block.
You'd be feeling a little bit average about it, but I know that Team WE are going to be able to bounce back. They're the kind of team that could absolutely do it.
Well, they do have Mystic on Ezreal here, one of his signature champions. I believe he's not sure if he's on Spawn's list of people who are allowed to play Ezreal.
I hope not.
I believe he is.
You know what? Spawn can deal with it. Spawn's not casting right now. I think Mystic should play Ezreal.
Let's see if he can play it well. But for now, we're going to go through those lineups one more time as we take a look. This time, completely different, as we're going to have Amazing J on the Echo in the top lane. We're going to have Rek'Sai, LeBlanc, Ashe, and Braum on the side of Aimee. We're going to have 947 on that Maokai with the Graves, Victor, Ezreal, and Bard coming out for the side of Team W. Very different team comps from the first game.
Yet eerily similar in their design because they still want to engage, maybe a little bit less disengage overall.
Well, we're going to head on to some of this for game number 2 without an obnoxious Swain. We'll be back into the game very shortly. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're on to Summoner Spirit for Game 2 between WE and Aimee. And currently, Aimee are up 1-0 and still undefeated in the summer split of the LPL.
And we came into this series and we questioned Aimee as a team because this is their first real test. I think that's safe to say. This is not still the S tier WE. We're still looking at EDG, RNG as other options that they really need to kind of test their mettle towards. But that underestimation that was potentially there for Aimee could almost be a wash. They could actually be a team that is that good.
Certainly could. They look great all round right now. You know, fast, efficient, able to take Team W to the late game. And we saw this fan vote earlier as well. Still very heavily in favor of Team WE.
Yeah.
And looking to see if they can pick up a win here in game number 2. We saw a look at the Keystone Masteries just then. Nothing too stand out. Further battle getting a little bit more common on Echo up in the top lane, so that's not too much of a surprise anymore, but still something different than what we saw in the spring split of the LPL.
Yeah, definitely different. I'm a little bit confused. We haven't seen too much Fizz. I think Fizz is probably the better version of Echo if we're going to build further of battle. But nonetheless, our compositions, as we touched on earlier, definitely still the same. They've got team fighting capabilities. Maokai, as well as that Bard. The engage tools are there.
Here comes good old Bardo trying to interrupt Mithy and Amazing J. 957 is going to back him up, try and get some damage down to this Rek'Sai. Try and see if he can take away this Gromp camp. Actually, instead, they just opt to stop him.
Oh.
He's still going to take some damage here. Zero being an absolute pest. As Mystic now going to deal with Amazing J and poke him out of the lane. So Team WE going for a lane swap in game number 2.
Yeah, Amazing J's actually hanging around a little bit too long, but that's simply because Midi has vision of 957 and 0, something that probably shouldn't even still be there. Condi's going to have a massive advantage. So does Sia, apparently.
Yeah, he was able to work on his red buff there. Sia had advantage for a while there. Was able to trade back and forth with Athena. Sorry, Bamey. As now we are going to finally see Mithy work on his first major buff of the game. Going to be trying to take down his red buff here. So you are right, Graves does have a nice advantage. So we still see them trading back and forth in this mid lane. Already a very different flavor from we saw in the last game. No longer just opting to clear waves out. Both mid lanes actively trying to get the upper hand here.
Welcome to Bamey. He's a very aggressive, wants to deal damage type of mid laner, and he had a minion wave. Slight edge there. Not going to be present anymore as cannon exists, but they are probably going to continue to hit each other as they have no potions remaining. So the next trade is the victor of this laning battle.
Is that for Victor?
I don't know.
Maybe. See if the chains land. Not going to stun him up. Still takes a lot of damage in return. Bamey actually running
Has
away
teleport.
Here. Ah. So he's going to be able to come back to the lane. Victor this time. Sia going to be opting to take the barrier as a summoner spell instead. So take a look at how this lane swap is taking place for these two teams. Right now, Aimee working on taking down the bottom lane outer turret. Team WE only looking to try and take down the top lane outer turret. And there's that teleport from Bamey straight back into the mid lane.
Yeah, and of course, Sia doesn't have one of his own. So if they can get this to the turret, that's a bigger stack than 6 minions is. You'll find that Bamey actually quite happy with that, which is why Condi's here. You shall not push.
He's going to try and do his best to freeze it up or farm it up. See which one he decides to do here. Maybe trying to be a pest again.
The
and
battles continue,
clear
yeah.
it out. But for now, we are going to see both the outer turrets in the top and bottom lane fall down for the respective teams in the lane swapped lanes. Amazing J will finally take that one down. It's dead even between the two teams at the moment. In fact, you know, Victor comes back into this lane. He's still even in CS against this LeBlanc.
Yeah, so everything kind of passes on nicely. I think timing for recalls as well in this middle lane. Victor's going to be very happy with the Summoner spell in an offensive/defensive manner, finding that advantage. All things considered, I think WE actually starting this game a little bit more efficiently, though it isn't entirely evident just yet. The biggest redeeming feature of the early game is definitely Condi's CS.
Yep, he's 22-14 at the moment. Nothing major as Bamey just takes a laser to the face as well. The Thunderlords proc for a good trade back and forth against Sia.
And this is one of those moments where an even trade, you would say, actually still favors Sia simply because of his Summoner spells. There's a little bit more sustain, however, available to Bamey due to his item purchases. So everything kind of evens out.
Both teams
It's
actually...
just a Braum there.
Both teams were actually sending their supports towards the mid lane. Bardo is going to be on the backside first. As Bamey, going to jump straight in towards Sia. In fact, puts a lot of damage down. Here's Mithy, gets a flash on top of it. Victor takes a lot of damage. First blood goes on over towards Mithy as Condi still looking to try and dish out another trade there, but good trade for Ime in the mid lane.
Yeah, they get themselves a good first blood and well timed from Bamey because most of these minions will still go to him. Braum even getting in there for an assist at the end. And nobody dies in response. That's very efficient timing from IM.
Jin Zhao, meanwhile, we saw up in the top lane, was able to freeze out that lane, had about 4 minions pushing ahead of the initial creep wave, so Amazing J should be able to control that wave well. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane for Team W, Mystic and Zero trying to push this wave towards the turret as fast as possible. Graves was there looking to try and get some damage down onto the tower, but I'm going to swap their AD carry and support back down towards the bottom lane.
Yeah, so Mystic and Zero are going to have a slight edge in this lane due to farm already, but it isn't Ashe Braum, and Mystic has a tier. So realistically, no major benefit to be seen until the next item purchase, where you're looking at maybe the Manamune or the Sheen, and then they'll have lane control.
Only big things, that tier's been stacking.
That's a bit backwards, Road.
For some time now. Road doesn't know how to hold the door quite right.
Oh, God.
Still able to put it on.
Oh, God. You just have to hold the door. Never say hold the door again.
Jin Zhao, though, able to pick up the last bits of those CS in the bottom lane.
To cry.
And see. I don't know what to do anymore, Rusties. Take the wheel, please. I put myself into a hole. I can't dig myself out.
It's okay, mate. It's okay.
Meanwhile, back in the mid lane, despite the fact that Victor was taken down for first blood from the gank of both the Rek'Sai and the Braum, still even in terms of CS. Bamey doing a good job of manipulating this creep wave, though, keeping it close towards his turret.
But he's predictably aggressive, and guess who's here ready to go?
Good old Bardo right behind the turret, ready to fight. Sia actually going to drop the base on top of Bamey. Tries to get the stun down as well. This LeBlanc getting poked out the lane. The Chaos Storm just not quite fast enough, but was threatening the LeBlanc.
Yeah, just still very well done from the Victor in general. There's still a lot of members around from WE. They kind of force the LeBlanc into a very awkward position. Or if he wants to stay here, there's the chance that he just outright dies. Sia has complete control.
So far, taking stock of things, IMA do have a slight lead for themselves at the moment. It's only in the form of just under 1,000 gold. 700 to be precise. No major leads across the map. Mithy looking to try and pick up his jungle item early off of the first blood. He got off of Sia in the mid lane.
Yeah, and the turnaround, of course, from Mithy is that he's able to hard farm with that gold advantage now that he's got the Cinder in his back pocket and actually gets ahead in farm when he was behind by like 8. And that's jungle creeps as well as a bit of lane creeps. So importantly, doing well since the start was very poor. WE actually pushing in on him.
We'll have to keep tabs on Mithy, see if he's able to keep that up. But for now, he's working on trying to take down the first objective of the game. It's going to be the Ocean Drake being contested by Aime here. They already got some good damage down on towards it. Mithy...
I don't know if he meant that.
Hello.
I think it's safe to say he didn't mean that.
All right, put a couple of Prey Seekers out. Oh, there we go. Back over the wall. Goes on a little bit of a journey there, but is able to pick up the dragon nonetheless. The next dragon to spawn will be another Ocean Dragon, so I may have the possibility of trying to stack that one up, and that's going to help out Mithy quite a bit, actually.
Yeah, I think you'll find that everyone benefits ridiculously just from like an early game Ocean Drake being taken at all. Road as well, now that he is a roam-heavy support and wants to be proactive and make those plays, I think you'll find that he'll be very content with having that Ocean as well. And Bamey, even in this middle lane, getting some mana regeneration when he's out of combat. Not that he's ever out of combat. Will always be quite handy and couple with that blue buff nicely. As Ocean Drake is actually very strong early. And a second one would be unreasonable.
On top of that, we already see Mithy has picked up his... He's picked up his jungle item already, so the Cinderhulk being complete on the Rek'Sai. That's got a little bit of a buff and almost kind of single-handedly brought Rek'Sai back into competitive play as well. He's just going to be farming like an absolute monster. The flip side, we can see Condi still waiting to complete his Warrior's enchantment on the Graves.
The major positive as well is that Middy's being able to farm to his Sightstone, which will amplify their control of the map further. And will actually help them secure further dragons, further Rift Heralds if they look towards it. At this stage, though, nothing really to be seen as an advantage except that. That'll help.
Amazing J doing a nice job of stealing away the blue buff.
They
Chaos
don't
Storm.
like giving blues to Seer.
The Chaos Storm puts it down to 3 health there, but not enough for him to pick it up.
You know what sucks? The old Chaos Storm would have got it.
Unlucky.
A little bit unlucky. This is very cute.
Riot, please. Seer was not able to pick up blue thanks to changes.
A Flash Maokai would be like the perfect way to get a gank here. They're actually looking to counter gank at the same time. This is a bit awkward.
Yeah, he doesn't quite know there's 3 people there yet. Now he should know there's a couple who can lay. Seer just going to take a whole chunk of damage from that. LeBlanc gets into turret range, decides to take
This is very awkward,
W
actually.
back.
I'm just not sure what, like... Rek'Sai is not here anymore. Road is just outright trying to zone. What he doesn't know, yeah, is that he's like zoning into a Graves that is level 7 and has been sitting there forever.
I think this is a big point to talk about before we go back to the top lane for the massive fight. Is the big advantage for Team W at the moment is they have a nice CS lead on the Graves. Uh-oh, Road, you're going to go down here if you try to trace Maokai anymore.
They want
957.
Jin Zhao, not Road, so him 1v1ing is fine.
Just kill him.
There
Get on
we
top
go.
of him. Jump onto the Braum. He puts the shield up. It's going to be enough to take it out. They get a bit greedy there if you're waiting for the Ashe.
Yeah, but they can't kill the Braum, alright? He'll just put his shield up here. He still has Flash available. They genuinely want a Jin Zhao. They got the heal out of the Ashe. That's nice. Ashe didn't use the ultimate, though.
He spent a lot of time trying to save him then. What I was trying to say earlier is Mystic has a nice CS lead for himself, but he's actually getting chased on by Amazing J and Mithy. A teleport actually coming out from 957, trying to help out his bottom lane. Will complete the teleport itself, but it's not in time, as we do see Mithy picks up the second kill of the game for himself.
And Mystic actually gets very greedy trying to get a kill. And instead of using it to escape, he gives the opportunity for Mitty to go in. Doesn't get the kill, and that is a very unfortunate turn of events. We're now 2-0 in scoreline, and a slight gold lead is creeping up.
Arrow is going to hit 0 there. Locks him down for 3 seconds, but Seer was the target they wanted to look for as the Victor going to get chunked down here. Has to flash away. Bamey is trying to run him for his life as well. He's going to be able to get out of there, but Mithy, he is on a killing spree. 3 kills there.
Yeah, Mithy is massive, and credit where it's due as well. Bamey kind of having to skirt around the Victor ultimate while still doing damage, very much relevant. And the last auto attack available to the Rek'Sai secures them that kill. So every last bit of damage they put down was necessary and ultimately gives them this bigger advantage. It's kind of just forged out of hard work.
Jin Zhao was looking to start that fight off as well. It still helped them out. Locked down the bar the entire time. Couldn't do anything in that fight, and he was behind in CS against Mystic. He was down 20 CS. They were able to kill Mystic. Now Jin Zhao is even in CS.
Yeah, and they've got a 3-0
well.
Rek'Sai to boot. That's where most of that gold is now going to be lying. The LeBlanc's big because it's an Abyssal Scepter completed. There is a Negatron though. So yeah, so he'll take less damage, but you can see the fact that he removes resistances now is starting to affect this matchup.
Abyssal Scepter picked up by the LeBlanc. It's just so effective. Removes the damage from Victor, gives him even more damage. Can help him out so much in this game. And I mean, last game they showed us, yes, we can take Team WE to 50 minutes and we can still play League of Legends. But once again, in Game 2, they're showing us they want to play fast games. They want to try and take WE down right now. They're 2,500 gold ahead one more time in the early game.
Now we're waiting for the Ashe Arrow to come out here in the middle lane.
Seer actually going to get chunked down there. There is 0 trying to help him out.
Ooh.
Comes back from Baimi, looking to try and take him down. Amazing J now actually gets locked down, pops the ultimate, trying to run away from Condi and the Maokai. There's the parallel convergence.
Wow.
I was looking for it. Amazing J
Walks it out.
only gets the shield, but yes, just walks out.
Seemingly too easy right there.
Dragon's going to be coming up in 25 seconds. You just saw on your screens, Mystic is only now making his way back to base. This is the second Ocean Dragon. Might be able to stack both of them up.
Yes, he is also recalling at the moment, so he won't be here in time. The question is, will Aime know that fact and start it on spawn? Because they're currently standing on a ward baiting something that doesn't need to be baited.
Oh, Condi's just waiting there. You can see Ash Arrow comes out. Actually forces a flash. Zero is going to be the one that takes it for Condi as he flashes out of the way.
That Victor ult hurts.
Big misplay, but like you said, Road taking so much damage from the Victor ultimate. Mystic actually able to snipe him away.
Gets him with his aptly named Mystic shots as well. That's actually really handy. It's Team WE.
That was surprising to me because it was obvious Aime were baiting on top of a ward. Condi,
yeah, he just kind of lets it, just baited Zero into dying. Zero's alive, he's working his way in.
Mithy, actually, he's pretty huge here. He's level 10 to level 9 of Condi, so does have that smite advantage. Condi taking so much damage from this dragon. Aime could potentially contest for this 957, trying to zone him away. Mithy trying to go in, not going to be able to get it, but Condi, he's really low. Amazing J looking to try and start a fight off here as Baimi was trying to siege out, but they're not going to be able to start a fight off. Instead, Team W able to control the objective and take it down for themselves.
Yeah, Mithy's tunnel selection as well, the direction he chose was very poor. They don't get what they're looking for, and they settle it at 1 apiece. When it comes to these Ocean Drakes, now everybody has sustain. Everybody's regenerating that health and mana when they're outside of combat. It's going to be very rare now that we see junglers and supports have to recall if it's not for items.
And speaking of items, let's take stock of where they are at the moment. Ezreal, he's picked up his Manamune, a Sheen, and the Onion Boots of Lucidity, so he's got 2 out of 3 of his core items complete, as well as a component of the third. Look at the flip side, Ash still waiting on picking up an Essence Rebuild. Probably has a lot of gold in her back pocket.
Still the Echo here.
Still the Abyssal Scepter only on the LeBlanc, but Amazing J was getting ganked there by Condi and 957, but that's a pretty big creep wave. I don't think they wanted to give that one up.
That'll be a big advantage actually now given over though to 957. The amount of farm that he's about to pick up, if not freeze.
Quite a lot, but
that's a good move.
Good decision from Aime. They're going to trade that farm up in the top lane and try and take down the Rift Herald in return. Roden, Baimi though still looking for picks in the mid lane, trying to take down Zero whenever he tries to roam around on that bard.
Yeah, if they had vision of Zero, they actually would have just outright killed him then and stayed in the bush. But they went out looking for CA. They don't get the kill onto him, and everything kind of just like scares everyone else, and they'll just walk away.
Arrow's going to come out. Zero actually has to flash away. These have been used so effectively by Jin Jiao so far. As Road, he's actually going to run into 3 members. He puts down the door, but it's not going to be enough. There's the ultimate for Condi to be able to take him down. Jin Jiao now has to flash away. Skates about 10 health there.
Not sold on what Road was actually thinking there. I actually have no idea what he was thinking there. He gets completely caught out. The amount of burst that comes out once again from WE.
Shouldn't face check bushes, and there's normally Garens inside of there. This time he finds 3 people. I think that's even worse than a single Garen.
Well, everything's worse than a Garen. Garen is Garen.
This Baimi still doing what he does best, trying to
drop the ult, yeah.
Aggressively trade with Sia there, as the Chaos Storm does come out from the Victor. Just pushes him away for now.
Good trade. Doesn't mean it'll last those.
Team WE now desperately trying to get a collapse onto this bottom lane. Mystic now going to get locked down by Mithy. There goes the teleport from Amazing J. They jump on top of the Ezreal. Now the Magical Journey is going to be able to help Aime out. The ultimate coming out from Zero is going to be able to lock down 2 people. Power Convergence cuts him off. He has no flash from what he used earlier. And now Condi, you're in a lot of trouble, my friend, as here comes the Baimi to lock you down with chains. And Amazing J picks up that kill. Aime are 7-2 against Team WE.
And they're up by a substantial amount of gold as we do get to see this one again. Midi gets the flash knock up on the Mystic, and the most important part is that Amazing J is here at the right time with Road. Not only does the Bard Sun get blocked by the Braum shield, he flashes the ultimate here, Amazing J, and then cuts him off. Like, mechanically, that was so well executed by Aime across the board to get these picks. And then this was just a follow-up. Amazing J is putting on a clinic on this Echo right now. And this is something we continue to see from the top laner of Aime. If you give him this champion that was banned from him in the first game.
IMA showing once again LSPL teams strong early game, great laning phase. They know how to create picks, and you know what? They're proving their test right now. They're against Team W, one of the best team fighting teams in the LPL, and they're doing that as well late game. So IMA truly look impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's still positive signs for this IMA roster. WE, I'm not going to say notoriously bad in the early game, because that's not what they are.
Nope.
But definitely showing signs of struggle. Need to kind of pull themselves together. Comebacks, however, never surprising to see WE have one of those.
Certainly not. They almost pulled it off in game one. They were in a similar position, a little bit more even, but still very similar position in game one. Able to pull off a nice comeback, but it was Team IMA that picked up the win.
Yeah, and Jinjiao actually doing well on this Ashe so far, something that we do have to note.
He's got his Essence Reaver. He's 1-0-1 and keeping up a CS with Mystic. Nicely, still a little bit behind though. This baby still being a pest on this LeBlanc, trying to chip down the Victor wherever he can.
You notice the adaptation that CA's made as well. Don't drop the Chaos Storm unless it's absolutely necessary. They're trading all the time, but he knows that if he can trade even and save the Chaos Storm, he needs the team fight. Last time, we saw a fight between Baimi and CA, where the Victor didn't have his Chaos Storm left up. Can't really have an impact in the fight the same way that he would have liked. Nice dodges.
Fight coming up, but Amazing J's trying to get a flank through the river here. There's the ultimate from Ashe, going to lock down Zero. He's going to be the first to fall down. There's the ultimate Mystic as well, chunking down Jin Jiao, but the rest of the team's collapsing. 957, he's going to try and get it to the back line here. Flashes forward, gets on top of the house. That's a lot of damage from the tree there. Now looking towards Amazing J. Mystic jumps forward. Road taking a lot of damage. Smithy's here as well to try and back up the rest of his team. Chains coming down from Athena's going to be able to lock down the Maokai, but at what cost? They lose Amazing J first. Team WE, they're able to trade 2 for 1.
Yeah, and just like that, the team that can absolutely fight make a pick in their own direction, the tower to fall with it. And some of the control on this map now heading back in their favor. Mystic's Echo is now starting to put in work. And CA actually rotates for a fight.
Looking to continue pushing here towards the bottom lane inner turret. WE going to be able to get some good damage onto this tower. Baimi looking to try and help out. 957 takes some damage in return. Mithy locks it up. There's that Chaos Storm coming out from the Victor just to zone them away. And just like that, off of one play, Team W able to take down 2 more turrets.
They put themselves at a closer to even gold amount as well. And the Drake has spawned. I think the big risk that they're now going to run into, however, is that everyone is back from IMA. And to actually find themselves getting that Drake is a difficult affair. Something that WE do love doing, however. So see what they decide towards.
IMA are pinging towards the Cloud Dragon and already started trying to take it down. Mithy here, an incredibly tanky jungler at the moment with a Giant Spell, Spectre Skull, and the Cinderhulk with the Sidestone. They're going to try and pick it up. Mystic, True Shot Barrage coming out, not going to do enough as Mithy should be able to smite this one away. Cloud Drake goes on over towards IMA. The next dragon to spawn will be another Cloud Dragon, so Ocean and Cloud coming into this game.
The Noah's Ark of Drakes this game.
2 of each.
That's what I meant. Thank you. Well done.
2 more Infernals. That'd be good.
Yeah, we'll see what spawns after if we can get 2 of them before 35 minutes.
No, we'll get to 34 if they take it at the start. So only these 2. Hopefully they don't take the next one.
And struggle streak for Baimi now that the laning phase has kind of progressed. Mystic doing a lot of damage, but so is the Victor. And now they're looking to siege this middle lane turret. This is where the problems start to arise for IMA in terms of drafting. Their wave clear is a bit risky. They have a no mobility AD carry who can't always wave clear reliably. And they have a LeBlanc. LeBlanc wave clearing is asking to die. And the beautiful thing about it is 957's playing Maokai, a champion essentially sculpted to deal with LeBlanc.
Jin Jiao, though, he's picked up a big item spike for himself. He's gone for the Essence Reaver, now has the Runar's Hurricane picked up on his Ashe. So, good spike for him. Can be able to deal some decent AoE damage here, but IMA going to have to keep him alive because Team WE, they've got a lot of ways to jump on top of this Ashe and keep her locked down.
Yeah, they do have a lot of lockdown. They have a forward-moving engage, which is something, again, we touched on the early game. WE will excel when they're actually moving forward. Ezreal is most of their backwards kite until the Rylai's is there for ZA, in which case they can kind of work around the best of both worlds. Still would excel when moving forward. The flip side as well, I may primarily want to be going forwards except for Road. So it's this really conflicted battle between whoever goes forwards the best come out ahead.
Mystic actually taking a lot of damage from Bamey in that mid lane. As Aime looking to try and fight over the red buff inside of Team W's Ungle. They force the ultimate coming out from Connie there, so lots of damage missing from the Grace for now. On top of that, Bamey, when he pushed Mystic out of that lane, means that Aime do have advantage in this mid lane. Could possibly try and push to try and take down the mid lane outer turret.
Yeah, they could look towards it, but this is a very cheeky Baron. 24 minutes in, no vision available for WE.
We've got 2 members mid lane, so WE might not know about this.
And Bamey's keeping them busy as well. Bartle spots it.
It's going to know this is happening.
Yeah, and they know it's low as well. That was very cute, but it wasn't enough. Nor was that.
Ash Arrow just hits the field goal. It's good, but not great for Ash.
They almost could have committed. What they did force is 957's teleport.
So that's mean Amazing J. He's going to be able to split push now uncontested as Misty gets caught out, but Bamey is going to be the one that goes down here. Team W find another pick in the mid lane.
And Bard, the direct counter to LeBlanc if you proc your clone. Stuns him sort of like against himself, just dies to the raw burst. Very nicely done from Zero. Very nicely done from Mystic. And a lot of strength now possible. It's just weird. He's fully upgraded Hexcore, obviously.
Oh, Misty's going to get locked down. He's able to clear out the wall, but Team WE once again from behind, able to take down another objective here against Aime. Looking stronger and stronger as each minute passes by against this team.
And we discussed the strengths of WE with their consistently performing team. And even though they're losing the game, we also discussed the counterpoint being that Aime are flashy, reasonably aggressive, and they want to take it to you and play a fast-paced style. Bamey now channeling his inner Amazing J downfalls, being that sometimes it's too much.
You take stock of where things are at the moment. The gold is completely even. 2 dragons to 1 in favor of Aime. But more importantly, 2 towers to 4 in favor of Team W, which does mean Aime have a lot of standing gold to take down, but it's going to be difficult for them to get to that, as Team W, they just look like the stronger team at this point in the game.
Yeah, given that gold difference as well, they're starting to scale at an even level. But what we have seen is definite teamfight capabilities from the Aime roster. We move towards that stage of the game, and they're no slouches by any means. Next fight could be very important for them. It's Amazing J's trying to work the flank. I still think that the Maokai pick is going to be the clutch option. It deals with the Ashe. It deals with the LeBlanc. Whichever carry he picks is going to be in trouble.
Let's see what 957 can do in the next fight here, as Dragon is going to be spawning in about a minute.
They were looking mid lane, which is why we were looking at the Ashe. Remember, every time that you see the camera go to that Ashe, it's probably an arrow impending. Plenty of pings were used. I didn't find it.
Let's see if they can go for it here. So we take stock of the items. Ashe went back to base, picked up a BF sword for himself. Lock of the Iron Solari completed for Road here, where Zero still sitting on the edge of the Legion. Mystic, he's gone for a more of Malmortius as his 3rd item pickup here to try and defend against the burst damage from Amazing J and from Bamey.
Yeah, so he's built a little bit more defensively. CA and Condi make up for it. It's one of the few times you look at the item build and you're like, I kind of agree with it.
It's okay.
I played the Wrong King, obviously, if you want to deal damage to people, but because he's just getting outright bursted from LeBlanc, he had to have at least the Hex Drinker.
Another Hex Drinker is on the side of Graves here. Condi picking that one up, and the arrow comes in here. They're looking for the Graves. There comes the ultimate from Zero, trying to lock down the members, trying to chase him down. Graves at half health here. Mystic trying to get on top of the Ashe. Victor is in the back lines here, but not able to do anything just yet, as Mithy and Amazing J trying to run away. Once again, Team WA able to repel the engage coming out from Aime. As 957 looking like a beast right now. He wants to engage Aime. They want to try and contest to this one, but it might not be best. Suddenly, they're on the wrong side of the map. Team W have good positional advantage here over the Drake.
Yeah, they're looking at the bottom turret as if they don't have a better option for themselves at the moment, but this is such an awkward position to be in. Bard no ulti, Ezreal no ulti. See how this progresses.
Amazing J gets inside of the Power Convergence, but Team W able to jump straight back out of it. Mithy now looking towards Sia. He's getting jumped on by Bamey. He gets exhausted immediately by Zero, who flashes over the wall to help him out. He's able to take it back. Misty is in the back lines, acting like an assassin now, trying to take down the remaining members of Aime as Condi looking for Amazing J. They're still trying to run away. Mystic over the walls one more time. 957 on top of Xin Zhao, as Sia is going to be able to take down the Ashe as well. Graves now, he's going to go down. Good snipe coming out from Mystic. True shot run On point, they're able to take down.
Mystic.
He's looking for more. He's chasing down Mithy. That's another Mystic shot coming out. Gonna miss that one. Not gonna matter. Arcade shifts forward.
It'll
Just
matter
needs
now.
one more. Not gonna get it. It's Amazing J. He has to flash out of there though. Amazing. Magical Journey's gonna come out. Still chasing him down. He's not happy with this Echo. Sia goes and farms the creep wave first before continuing the chase. Gets sped up.
We
Very
could be
difficult.
here a while. Rek'Sai's now going to be a deterrent as well.
Oh, he's not that big of a turn. Now he's chasing down Zero. Not going to take the Magical Journey. In
Oh.
fact, gets stunned up mid-tunnel.
Oh,
now
he
go for the
wanted
shot.
it.
Oh, no, that's not it.
That was very awkward, but
Saved him.
everything settles down. Goldie still in the 600, and everybody chased for so long that nothing was actually achieved. And this is the Mystic show we saw in the last fight, right? Mitty, you kind of deep, man.
He went to take the red buff. Able to tunnel out of there. So
957 was very unlucky. He was trying to time the arcane smash with the tunnel. It would have cancelled and he would have died.
unlucky, but since you mentioned it there, Mystic damage dealt in that fight over a double of anyone on the side of Aimee.
No, the important thing is Bamey did none. And he's meant to be assassinating people. 900 is not enough to kill anybody on the Rift right now.
A good flash from Zero as well to stop Bamey's damage. Flashed over, got the exhaust down.
And it still felt like a very young decision for a young team to go towards that bottom tower when they can't fight for the dragon. Best case scenario was just recall, get the heck out of there, and try and reset not getting the Drake.
Still dead even between these two teams. 957 now going to take a little bit of damage. In fact, down to half his health. True Shot Barrage comes out to try and deter the rest of Aimee, but that's a big tank at half health. Could be Aimee's time to shine. Jin Zhao going to pop out the bird, spots out the remaining members of the TW floating around this mid lane.
Yeah, also remember that LeBlanc has a Void Staff completed.
Meanwhile,
This is a lot of damage.
we can see Mystic, he's gone back to base. He's picked up a last Whispers for himself, so looking to try and penetrate the armor of the front line from Aimee. Where's Jin Zhao? He's still sitting on that BF sword, looking to try and pick up an Infinity Edge next.
Yeah. The dragon, remember, it is down. And it's the one big thing that both of these teams are looking towards fighting for every single time it is available. To kind of evened it out at 2 apiece, that's right. But the next one, kind of a bigger deal than the last ones, given that it was an ocean and a cloud. More non-impactful dragons, more so excuses to actually fight each other. Next one being, I believe, the Elder. That's where the real action starts.
Well, let's see if these two teams have tried to go and fight for it next. They should be spawning in about a couple of minutes. I believe there's one more dragon before we get the Elder spawn. I wasn't able to catch out what
Yeah, I
that
wasn't
was
sure
though.
either.
So you're watching bottom lane from Aimee trying to push out. There's an arrow coming in looking for Misty. He just
That was
arcane shifts out of that. That was a very rash decision from Jin Zhao.
It was a reaction speed test. The thing is, so now that he's got a lot of cooldown reduction, it's like a 50-second arrow cooldown anyway, I believe. You can see it's already a quarter off, exactly. He'll have it soon. He'll be able to throw it out again. And that's more the rinse and repeat strategy that's available for Aimee. If the arrow actually connects, though, given that he had to rush a Hex Drink or Demora of Malmortius, there's no cleanse available. There's no Mikhail's either yet for Zero, which will be up sooner or later. But until that stage, it's always a viable option to just throw it out.
Well, Team WE now looking to try and siege the mid lane in the turret. Already got it down to half itself. That's lots of damage coming out from Condi there. Ash Arrow at a 3/4 way from cooldown. So looking for that one to be back up before trying to contest a fight, it seems. 957, he's got 3,000 health on this Maokai, looking like an absolute beast right now.
Yeah, he definitely is.
Mithy at 4k health on the Rex side. It's a very tanky champion. Look, not quite a Swain.
As a Cinder Hulk, of course, 25% extra increased health. So. Once again, the big thing that Aimee do have is the 131 as a possibility. I still question their wave clear, though, by having an Ashe in that middle lane. But LeBlanc has teleport, and there's always going to be that potential utility there. And Baron's still a standout. Something that IM did try earlier in this game to be cheeky. They know they can do it quickly.
Infinity Edge was picked up by Jin Zhao, so he does have a little bit of extra damage. So Chair gets thrown out by Road, looking to try and pick up Condi. He's able to dash out of that one over the wall towards the Raptor camp. 40 seconds until Dragon spawns.
This is actually a really good lane assignment, though, because they were looking at the Baron as a bigger priority. Ashe is nearby for arrows. Amazing J's on the bottom side of the map. And now their other teleport option Goes towards the side lane.
Some big item pickups from the side of Team WE as well. Rylai's been picked up by CS so far, as well as that Abyssal Scepter and the fully upgraded Hex Core. On top of that, Mystic, he's got his Lord Dominic's Regards picked up as well, so he's going to be able to shred through Amazing J and Mythy.
So this is good for Aimee once again. We're looking at a LeBlanc now pushing topside. No one has the teleport to deal with it because Maokai's here. Because Maokai had to deal with Amazing J. They forced the lane assignments. All they've got's that Ezreal ultimate to wave clear.
And that's what it's going to try and do. In fact, only just clips a couple of minions there, so Baimi...
He has an Ocean Drake though, so never mind.
Here comes the start of the Dragon though. This is another Ocean Dragon. Team W could possibly pick up a second one here before the Elder Dragon spawns. Mythy looking to see if he can try and smite.
Teleport's in behind.
Teleport is coming behind. Graves able to secure that Dragon. Jin Jiao actually locked down by the Bard ultimate. Now going to try and fight off here as Baimi. He gets exhausted as soon as he comes into this fight. He gets taken down, dealing no damage one more time here. Aimee, they have to retreat. Their mid lane is gone. There's going to be Rek'Sai getting taken down. 957 trying to lock down the rest of the front layers. Mystic, he goes unstoppable. Just charging forward with the Iceborne Gauntlet, picks up a double kill, and only Jin Jiao lives to tell the tale.
And I think it's safe to say at this stage that Mystic is on the can play Ezreal list. They should be able to go towards that Baron now. And honestly, Baimi, that was the biggest mistake that you are going to make this game. Because there is a Victor next to you, and you choose to suicide for it instead.
He did less damage than Braum in that fight, and once again, Mystic just tops the charts. Team WE, they're going to be able to pick up a Baron in this game too.
Yeah, they're going to pick up that Baron. They've got the objectives. Of course, with the next Drake will be an Elder. Now they've got 3 in their back pocket, 2 Oceans. So much sustain available for a poke or siege, and WE with a 7-2 Ezreal up against a 1-2 Ashe, that when we look at the selection of champions, prioritizing other things over that Ezreal just perplexes me.
Questionable coming in from Team Aimee, and look at that. Immediately, Team W, they've been able to pick up that gold advantage for themselves from what was in Aimee's favor for majority of this game. Looking good at the very start. Team W able to pull it back. Question is it going to be a repeat of last game? Because this is where Team WE were last game at about 35 minutes.
Yeah, 4K gold lead. They've got control of the map to an extent as well with that Baron buff. But we also saw them have Baron and the Elder Dragon and still actually go down. The question is now on WE, can they execute that late game team fight? Are they going to blunder at the finish line, trip over, kind of let someone glide past them 2 times in a row? That's a very unfortunate way for that to change. I will say based off team compositions though, I think that Maokai, I mentioned it before, he's unkillable. He also gets onto their carries way too easily with that flash up. Once they have that, probably just team fight. Even just now, there you go.
Teleport into the backline here, coming out from the Maokai. 957 looking to see if he can find it in initiation. Instead, just going to back off here.
Good disengage.
They've got the inside track towards the mid lane, looking to try and take down that inhibitor turret. The rest of the team, in fact, trying to get back to base as soon as possible. Only Amazing J left to try and push up towards the top lane. We'll be able to get the top lane inner turret and possibly teleport in towards this fight. But this inhibitor turret should be going down.
Now. It's just gone.
They're going to give it up instead. Instead, Amazing J is going to continue pushing up in that top lane and see if IM can continue and try and stop the backs coming in from the rest of Team W. 957 split up from the team, so should be able to get back there. Amazing J has some damage from the tower, but there's a Baron up team coming from the side of Team W. And 957 able to escape from the Prey Seeker of Mythy and gets back to base.
No teleport available for 957 though, so what they do get is the inhibitor, but they force the disengage and the turret falls. Amazing J needs to find a way to live now, though.
Ooh, this is going to be difficult. The tank battle looking good so far with 957. Dealing a lot of damage. He's going to use his ultimate to try and get out of there. The rest of Aimee, though, they've got nothing at all, sorry, to take down here. As Sia goes on a killing spree, being able to chase down Amazing J.
Yeah, and a nice turret take, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. From this point in the game, they need to readjust their side waves and actually work around the map effectively here, WE. But it is going to be a stagnated point simply because Amazing J forced them to. The inhibitor advantage could mean a lot, though.
Certainly could, as we take stock after this game so far. Team WE, they look like they're incredibly far ahead, but in fact, in reality, I should say, They're only 3,000 gold up ahead of Team Aimei with lots of objectives to boot, and there's still a lot of standing gold for Aimei at the moment. If they find one team fight, they could turn this game completely around.
Yeah, they could. They're waiting for their echo, however, and this is a good period of time where they can just straight push in.
10 seconds until ATJ's back up and online, but instead Team W have other things on their mind as they look towards taking down the bottom lane inhibitor and inhibitor turret are successfully able to take that down.
They're running out of options here, Aimei.
Temper Fate coming out will be able to connect with Jin Jiao, but that only locks him down for some time. Amazing J is back into this fight now. Still lose their inhibitor.
Felt like a miscommunication between WE, but it was also a defusal of an Ash Arrow. Their engage tool was unable to be used, even if they wanted to engage them, as the Ash Arrow was just used.
Looking for something, doesn't find anyone. This gives Team W time to reset, pick up some items, and reboot. As Ezreal, he's looking to try and finish his 6th and final item, being a Blade of the Ruined King. Jin Jiao, on the other hand, still sitting on that Doran's Blade as his 6th item. Bamey struggling to try and pick up a Zhonya's Hourglass, whereas you see Victor already has the makings of his Lich Bane for his final item.
Yeah, very strong right now with WE in the driver's seat. As we're now 40 minutes into this game, because WE really don't know how to end before 40 minutes. They love a late game team fight. And Aimei just don't know how to say die. They are very resilient. And whilst it's 2 inhibitors down, Ash Arrow is almost up again. I think they want to all or nothing fight this. And they kind of have to. It won't be for this tower, obviously.
Top lane inner turret is going to get taken down by Team W as they move towards the final inhibitor turret on the side of Aimei. You have to think this is where Aimei need to make their last stand. They've got the Zhonya's Hourglass on the LeBlanc now, so able to stay alive a little bit longer in these prolonged engages.
I just don't see them being able to fight Team WE at all. They kind of have no choice, but Maokai's standing in front of them. He'll be the one to cop that arrow, you'd imagine.
Well, Mortar Reminder has been picked up by Ash. They're going to be able to shred through some of the armor on the side of Maokai and also stop the regeneration qualities of a couple of their champions.
Well, it's a hard one that gets late in the night. Fish. That's what I'm finding right now.
Well, they're looking to try and seize some up. Amazing J trying to get a power convergence off. It's not able to find them as Team W able to get out of the circle just in time. Get some decent damage down onto Zero though, but Double Ocean Dragon going to be able to heal him up quite nicely as they siege this.
Yeah, and speaking of Zero, he does have his Mikhail's Crucible, so he's able to save anybody that gets arrowed by an Ash. And now we play a game of patience.
It's going to wait. Team W waiting for the mid lane and bottom lane to push up. There's an arrow. Lands on towards Condi. Actually gets the QSS onto itself to try and get away from there as the Command Buffet gonna land on Timothy. Flashes into it actually. It's 9 by 7. He's being focused out by 4 members of Aimei. Still strong and healthy. Gets a Mikhail to get out of there. Seer drops the base on top of everybody for the side of Aimei. Gets a double kill as he takes down Ash as well. Team WE storm through the base against Aimei and then looking to tie up the series 1-1.
They're absolutely going to be able to end this game, and WE, in the same fashion that they should have been able to in game number 1, if they decide to end the game, will get themselves the tie situation.
And they're able to do just that as Team WE pull the series back 1-1 against Aimei and show that they're still a force to be reckoned with.
They absolutely are, and again, WE beating them at their own strengths finally. It's a late game team fight. I think they're going to be a lot more sound with their own personal drafts. And they're able to actually execute on that map play.
They played it well. Aimei looked very strong and promising to start off the game. The way we talked about how they play, how their team likes to play. You know, very dominant early game team coming out from the LSPL. Very good in the laning phase as well. But WE, this game, able to show why they're a team that love to fight around 35 minutes, and they played it fantastically.
And they also showed how they get to there more effectively, right? So Mystic's a god on that Ezreal. It goes without saying. We are now going to see some of the highlights from this, and one of the many fights where Bamey just really struggled to get anything done.
There were 2 really big fights where Bamey just jumps in, drops his entire combo as LeBlanc during the exhaust period coming out from Zero, and just did nothing. This fight he did less damage than Braum.
Yeah,
that's absolutely how little damage he did in the fight.
And this is basically the whole thing where Mystic just executes impeccably. This ult as well, positioned so well. There was no counterplay available. This is the next one where you can see that LeBlanc, I believe, had a flank this one. It was the one after. Yeah, here. Look at this. Like, watch what he does. He watches Xie hit him with a Q and then goes in for Mystic, like, instantly dies. And that was essentially the fight where the game was definitely won.
And on top of this fight actually looked really good for IMA to start off because they were respecting that teleport from LeBlanc and just, as soon as Bamey walked in, they're like, well, yeah, we just walk all over the entire team now.
As far as execution is concerned, it wasn't entirely there for IMA, but when we look at the idea and how they wanted to put it into effect, man, it was absolutely there. They tried the 1-3-1, they tried the split pushing LeBlanc, they tried split pushing with Echo, but they just got walked at. And I will say this 100 times over, like, the Maokai was the game-changing factor because it beats LeBlanc. You've got a no mobility AD carry as well.
Well, we're going to go into Game 3 very shortly because Team W were able to tie up the series 1-1. We're going to go to a quick break. We'll be back with the final game of the night.